A lot of people are complaining about being broke these days, and to be honest, chances are it's their fault. What's up, y'all? This is Chico. Welcome back to another one of my concepts. Today, we are here to talk about the reasons why people are broke. Just as a precaution before I get further into the video, this video is not about making money. Rather, it is about controlling money flow. There may be exceptions to some of the things I say, or things I fail to mention. However, what I say still applies to many people, and I recommend people to at least consider the things I say. Please enjoy the rest of the video. Life in 2024 is very difficult. We have to worry about many things such as family and friends, careers, the news, rent and bills, and last but not least, money. Money is so complex yet so simple. It's just a piece of paper, yet it holds so much power over us. We desire it, yet many of us waste it. Some value money too much, while others don't value it at all. Some people are ran by greed, while others are ran by materialism. The people ran by materialism are taken advantage of by the greedy. Many say the world is run by money, but if money runs this world, what does greed do? Many people try to find something to blame whenever they are dissatisfied. They will blame the government, then their employers, and then rent. Then when they run out of things to blame, they will blame their family, their friends, or even the world. When they can't blame them anymore, they will either start from the beginning by blaming the government, or they will make up shit. They will blame it on anything but themselves. They will blame it on God before they blame it on themselves. They fail to self-reflect. They don't bother thinking it's their fault. To them, it has nothing to do with their lifestyle. And if it does, they will use their victim mentality to blame it on something else, somehow, again, rather than blaming it on themselves. The reality is that some people are just irresponsible, especially with money. I'm not denying the fact that some things such as taxes, bills, etc. are taken away from the money you have available. What I am saying is that the lifestyle you choose to live will have consequences on your financial situation. Your financial situation doesn't just rely on income. Rather, it relies mostly on your expenses. You can make $1 million a year, but if you spend it all, then you will end up broke. While if you make $40,000 a year, but manage to save your money properly, you might end up having a decent financial situation. There's a story from several years ago about a man named Ronald Reed becoming a millionaire, even though he was just a janitor. This is a prime example of money management. You don't have to live the exact same way he did, but it would be pretty smart to take some notes about his life. One of the biggest problems people have financially is their spending habits. They spend money on random ass things because they want it or they think they need it. When I say this, the first thing that comes to people's mind is probably splurging large amounts of cash. But there's a problem worse than that. Spending small amounts of cash. This might sound confusing at first, but one of the things that is killing people financially is spending relatively small amounts of cash on a regular basis. More specifically, buying things such as coffee, alcohol, and fast food. When you buy these things regularly, the small amount of money begins to stack slowly but surely. Eventually, you will end up spending hundreds if not thousands of dollars on these things without even realizing it. For example, Starbucks. Many people buy Starbucks daily, sometimes multiple times a day. The amount of money spent on Starbucks by that person is a bare minimum of $894.25. Damn near $1,000 on some fucking coffee. Mind you, this is buying it once a day. You can save most of that money on either A, not buying coffee in the first place, or B, buying your own coffee maker and bags of coffee. But let's be real, chances are you're probably going for option B. On average, people tend to burn through a pound of coffee in about 2 weeks. That's if they drink it 2 to 3 times a day. If you decide to buy a $20 to $40 coffee maker and buy Starbucks coffee bags that are about 18 ounces or 1 1/8 pounds for $12 a pop, and you drink coffee 2 to 3 times a day, you will be buying about 24 bags a year, which comes out to be about $288 a year on coffee, plus tax of course. These prices may vary depending on certain aspects, such as the type of coffee and how many cups of coffee you drink a day. But the point is, you'll be saving a fuck ton more money. Mind you, this is just coffee. Imagine if it was something like fast food, alcohol, weed, or partying. Many people also like to buy alcohol, whether they're just drinking, partying, or clubbing. People like to drink. People spend a fuck ton of money on alcohol, when they could be putting that money to better use. The problem is that they are addicted to it. They don't realize it yet, but they are. Some feel like they can't have fun without alcohol, which is a huge problem for multiple reasons, but we won't get into that. The point is that alcohol is robbing you blind. Whether you realize it or not, you are being robbed. Alcohol is unhealthy financially and physically. It is much better to live a life without it because it is infinitely more beneficial to not drink rather than to drink. It's a similar story for weed too. People spend hundreds and thousands of dollars on weed all because they feel like they can't function without it. In reality, they're just addicted. But chances are they refuse to admit it. Others do it for fun, which is very sad because there are plenty of ways to have fun without weed. Cigars, cigarettes, and vapes are also in a similar situation. People smoke or vape to relieve stress when there are plenty of healthier options to do so. Smokers and vapors also spend hundreds if not thousands of dollars on vapes, cigarettes, and cigars. These things aren't just hurting you financially and physically, but mentally and socially as well. Though I would love to talk more about these things some more, I don't want this video to be too long. I plan on making a part 2 video that talks more about these things that are hurting people financially. So please check it out if you can.
A não ser a vontade de te encontrar, o motivo já nem sei.